So I did a live stream. It's about 20 minutes long, but I didn't notice that the privacy setting was on. It was private. So I asked them who was responsible for this building, and they said who they were. And anyway, I would just like to show you something. You know, in the Bible, in the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, and the Father and Lord of the Father of Jesus Christ, who's one with Jesus Christ and all that stuff. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I fear God. I don't know. Love. May I have love in me. I don't know. To be loved, to be loving. It depends on what those words mean to you. Anyway, one of the things that I found so incredibly unsatisfying was this idea that I would go to a group and then the group would disrespect me and then God would destroy that group. And I was like, that doesn't get me a production team, does it? Like if I go to a computer company and I'm like, guys, I have the answer. I don't have all the answers, but I'm like on a mission. I've got the thing that you need. I came here to bring you the valuable whatever it is. And they're like, well, we're going to reject you, or we're not going to listen to you because you're a weirdo, or because you're too poor, or you're the wrong color, or you're the wrong gender, or whatever it is, whatever the reason they reject me, or you're a foreigner, whatever it is. Then they reject you. They reject the word of the moment, the word of, and then God will like rain down his wrath on those people. Okay, great, but that doesn't get you a production team. So I don't know if you can see this, but this beautiful bridge thing, it looks like it's being taken away. Like they're not going to have that there no more. And it's like they're being punished because I got my tooth chipped. But like, who cares about them being punished for doing wrong against me? You think that if I went in there, if I go in there and I'm like, hey, the reason why that you get this thing taken away is because you didn't treat me good. You think that they're gonna be like, oh, well, let's treat you good now. No, they're not gonna go all the way until they're annihilated, until they're gone. They're gonna ram their head into the punishment until they're not existing anymore. Look, you think that if it's the year 2000 and you go all the way across the country to tell a video game company, you guys are going to fail because you need to produce your game at a certain price point. And if you produce your game at too high of a point of price of entry, then you're going to fail. You think that if they fail, that they're going to be like, oh, let's listen to you now. You think you're going to go back to the company and be like, hey guys, I'm the visionary that knew how it was going to be. You should listen to me now. You think they're going to listen to you after you're proven right? No, they're going to keep on driving themselves into the ground over and over and over again. Don't even look at me. The bodies are looking at me like they can't even hear me because they're driving by so fast they wouldn't be able to hear me shouting. But the bodies are now, come on. Tell it to a judge, reality. You're so sad, reality, because you can't even produce individuals that care about themselves enough to get emotionally crazy about being gang-stalked. Yes, you can gang-stalk an individual. But you can't get that gang-stalked individual to give a shit about themselves. It's like I feel bad for God. Like I've made myself as irrelevant as I possibly can And there's still this idea that there is something powerful that cares about the decisions that I make. Like, I feel bad for you. I feel bad because if you don't like how I behave, you must be fucked because I can't change. I tried everything I can, all the way up into my face getting hit with a chain. Pushing. Pushing for this thing called real life. There's nobody even fucking here. And I'm not even using the correct words because there are bodies here, but I should say there's no one else here. That's what I should say, but I don't know if there's another one else. I don't know. But there's nobody else here. Baby, you want me to think. Here's the problem with me thinking I'm crazy. Here's the problem. One, here I am, the only living boy in New York, is a song. Pretty sure I don't remember writing that song. I don't remember inventing the word solipsism or the English language. Half of the time we fail, we don't know why, we don't know when. You know, I would like to give, if I have something and I could give it away without having an overwhelmingly debilitating panic attack. That is to say, if I have it to spare. Then if you ask me for it, I'd gladly give it to you. But when you ask me to think that I'm crazy, that's not something. Here's the problem of me giving you that I think I'm crazy. I know the scientific method. So I have the methods of what we use to determine reality. They call people that are religious deluded. They call people that are delusional unsafe. But even the word delusional is the word delusional, the way that it's used is dishonest. Because the word delusional is hiding behind the usage of the word illusion. So when people are called delusional, they're hiding behind the word illusion. But the word delusion doesn't have to do with scientific fact at all. The word delusion means it's unpopular what you believe. It doesn't matter if it's true. That's not what the word means. But it's used to mean that what you believe is not true, even though that's not what the word means. So the other problem with me thinking that I'm crazy, for you, because you would like me to think that I'm crazy, is that I'm able to control my emotions while under stress. I don't, because I'm in New York. I'm home, so to speak, although I never felt at home here. Wow, you like me lying, huh? It's not true that I never felt at home here. But I didn't feel an aggression when I lied. Huh. That's weird. I always longed for that heaven, you know, like those who don't have a home on earth will have a home in heaven, you know? Look at what you do to me. I stand up straight so that you make a double of me and you have him go. I'm being eloquent and I'm standing up straight and I'm moving with grace, and so you have a duplicate of me walking like a hunched over. That's how I used to walk. So because I know the scientific method, and because I'm able to control my emotions while I'm under stress, that's it, baby. Baby booby, baby and your mother, I'm sane. That's it. I shouldn't have to outcompete a nation of tortured mathematicians in order to avoid your good guy, bad guy clown show. Say it with me. I shouldn't have to outcompete a nation of tortured mathematicians in order to avoid your good guy, bad guy clown show. He's disagreeing. He's like, no, you should have to outcompete a nation of tortured mathematicians, or else we will wrap you up in our good guy, bad guy clown show. He had the bozo hair, that's why, because he had the... Speaking of bozo hair and the unreality of reality, let's try to tie this back in with economics. You know what? Any information that has to do with relationships has to do with economics. So I spent my 20s investing in relationships. One of them is this character that has this bozo hair. He has like a bald spot on his head, and he has this like afro, this white-haired afro around. And this guy acts like he doesn't know me. And it's just that liberalism is done. It's done. And it's not done like the old ways, where it took everyone 8 years to figure out that liberalism was done. We showed everyone that liberalism was done in 8 months. We put a protest in front of every town hall, every city hall in the United States of America. And we showed every parent of unemployable stay-at-home adult children that if you send your unemployable stay-at-home adult children down to the liberal agenda, that your unemployable adult children will get chewed up and spit out, and they won't even get a bullet point on their resume. There are people that got careers from participating in Occupy Wall Street. There are people that did get a bullet point on their resume from participating in Occupy Wall Street. That's a person? That's a person? Is that a person, or is that just reality's desire for me to curb stomp everybody? That guy came out of nowhere. He literally manifested shouting from nowhere. There's a car here, and it's almost the same color as his jacket, and he just was like, blah, 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 blah. That's the closest that you can get to manifesting peers. You don't know what I'm saying, you just know that I'm shouting aggressively. And you think that I'm angry. You know what? Watch the other video. I made it public, even though I was live streaming it privately. The option to live stream privately is weird, but whatever. End of story. How do I end this? Oh yeah, there used to be a comic store here, and they used to get their comics. I'll end this on an emotional note. There used to be a comic store over here. I used to really like this neighborhood because the comic store this particular comic store would get their comics one day early, and you couldn't buy them, but you could look at them. You could peruse the comics, but you couldn't buy them one day early. And because I had nothing to do all day, every day for years, on Tuesdays, in order to do something, I would come here and I would, this will take me a half an hour, an hour. I would come here and I would go inside, and it would be Tuesday, and I would go inside and I would read the comic books. And that's what life is like when you're not a rapist. You just gotta fill your time with doing something other than being a rapist. When you're a rapist, you can be a financial success, you can dominate foreign communities and foreign cultures, you can impress the happily enslaved females into exchanging social credit for sexual favors. There's so many things that you can do when you're a rapist, but when you're not a rapist, there's almost nothing to do. So you kind of just got to fill your time. You go to the movies, you go to the comic store, you eat, you just spend your time just trying to hide your cognitive mind from coming to the conclusion that female consciousness is an illusion. Because if you discover that female consciousness is an illusion, then you're going to feel weird about yourself, because you're not going to know what to feel about your own mother, and you're going to be lost in everything. You're not going to know what to do. So when you're not a rapist, you know, you just got to fill the void. Bye.